Hey guys, it's Alana. Welcome back to my channel. So I've always wanted to be a woman who wakes up and is eating healthy, is doing their workouts, journaling, going to therapy, just taking care of myself in every single way. So today I have a lot that I want to show you that I've been doing. Okay, I just wanted to pop in and say that this is not going to be a video where it's like a spa day, where it's something that you do to like just touch up like your looks or something, which nothing wrong with that. I've done tons of videos about that. I love those days. This is about taking care of yourself on a different level, taking care of literally your soul, who you are as a person, trying to reach like the highest level of yourself. All of the things that I talk about and do in this video are things that I strive to do every single day, or variations of these things. I used to think that I couldn't control my emotions and that I was depressed because thoughts would come into my mind and feelings would come over me out of nowhere, and I wasn't choosing them, and it was not something I could control. And it's a really hard reality to have your therapist be like, no. And she's talking to me specifically. Some people don't have the ability to control their thoughts and to control their emotions. For me, and for a lot of people, and maybe for you, it can be possible to control. And it's so hard. It's so hard to control your anger, calm your emotions. It's so hard. But if you take the baby steps, you can get there. The few tips I gave in this video were like the foundation of what helped me get to where I am right now. And where I am right now is not perfect, and I have so much more to learn. But I feel just so much lighter and so much happier as a person. Knowing, honestly, that I can control my emotions, it's kind of empowering. On days where I would feel really depressed, I'm like, well, this is just my day. Like, this is just my month. This is just everything I've ever known. But when I heard like, no, you can control it, I'm like, okay, I don't want to choose this, and I can change it. So a lot of these things in the video, doing these things every single day, helped me change my mindset and take control of my emotions. I mean, there's so much more that goes into it. These are just like very small things, but I can continue to make videos like this if you want. First thing when you wake up, look around you at the space you're in. And if you are in a space that you're satisfied with, acknowledge everything that had to happen in your life to get you to the exact spot and space that you are in right now. If you are not in a spot that you're satisfied with, a space that you're satisfied with, validate yourself for being in the process of achieving the goal of waking up with the life that you're dreaming of. So first thing I do is walk the dogs. I like that first thing in the morning, I go outside. Sometimes I do my workouts in the evening, sometimes I do them in the morning. You guys know that I'm on this journey to integrate healthier habits, exercise into my life. You probably saw me referencing this app in the last video. I've been using this app called Copilot. They're different than other apps. They have a one-on-one coach. So I actually met with this coach.
So let's start talking about your goals. You won't stick to any exercise routine if you don't love it. But you love walking. Tell me more. What else do you love to do? We don't love like weight focused goals here, which is totally okay because you do have a wedding. So I'm going to support you and we're going to reach those goals. But I want to make sure we go back to the original goal of like doing something you love doing. So if you like the idea of doing some like upper body strength training, totally, let's do it. But if you like dread that, let's maybe think of something else because I just want you to like it.
Yeah, I think that it would be good to try something out.
With a nutrition habit, do you want to like set that on a day or just something you check off whenever you get time?
So she gave me like exercises to do for my arms. She came up with a plan like, realistically, how often do you think we should, set this goal? Like, how often are you going to do this? So we did Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just knowing that like she's there and she's checking in on me, I was like determined to not miss a workout, and I didn't. If I just watched a YouTube video about a workout, that workout might be too hard for me and I might hate it, and then I'm like, oh, I have to do my workout, and it wouldn't be fun. But because someone's personalizing it for you, it does become fun. Their main thing is to create a plan that's sustainable for you. So they don't love like counting calories, weight, or like a before and after. Over 75% of people who use Copilot continue with it after a 100-day period. which is huge. When you're signing up on the app, they ask you if you want someone who specializes in anxiety, in depression. I was really impressed by that. Click my link in the description to get 14 days free with your own expert fitness and health coach. I feel so good. I have more energy. I feel stronger. Thank you to Copilot for sponsoring this video. So I take my shower and I come back downstairs. I take my little remote and I turn on my candles. I don't like the real flames. And I open up the curtains to get some light into the space. I really like to soak in how my home makes me feel literally every day. I can't even tell you how many times I've looked forward to something big happening in my life, and then when it finally happened, I didn't appreciate it. I've really learned over the past few years to soak in what you have in the present moment. It's so important to acknowledge that the past is not real. Hold on, gotta turn my music on really quick. As I was saying, the past is what you remember of things that have happened. The past is not ongoing. You are only making it seem like it's still relevant when you think about it. All day, constantly, thoughts are coming into our heads, and a lot of them are fear-based things based on the past or based on the future. You're thinking about why your relationship ended, a mean thing that your friend said to you, your childhood. You're thinking about, where is my life going? All of these fear-based things are from the past or from the future. The only thing that is actually real is the present. So if you can try and wake up and be happy with your current day, the day that is happening right where you are, I think that's really important to being happy. So I started filming this video a while back, and the night before I started filming this video, Steven and I went through a really hard thing. I don't want to go into too much detail in our relationship, and it had nothing to do with him or I. It was an outsider, like a third party's opinion about something that we're doing for our wedding, or just like how, I'm not going to go into detail, but so we were really stressed the night before this morning that you're seeing. So I wanted to get my journal and just write down all of my feelings and process everything instead of pushing it down and trying to just go throughout my day without acknowledging that. I did a few things before I started journaling, so I'm going to show that now and then talk to you about something while I'm journaling. Hello.
If only I had some nice patio furniture.
So I changed into Steven's sweater and I grabbed my journal. I love my journal. It has a little lock on it and everything. I got it from Amazon. So I wrote a few pages, a little lengthy there. But I do want to talk to you guys about something that I think is really helpful for people with anxiety that I'm learning in DBT.
Good thing I have therapy tomorrow. In DBT, we are learning to pick one thing to accomplish that day, no matter how small it is, and make sure that we get that one thing done, because that's how you build confidence. Real confidence comes from emotional stability. A lot of people go throughout their life like, I have to have this specific career and then I'll feel confident and whole and successful, or I have to have this house and then I'll be confident. I have to have the approval of other people and then I'll be confident. I have to have a relationship because that's what people strive for. I have to be the girl who has a boyfriend. If you were basing your confidence and self-worth on those things, once you break up with that person, your career changes or ends, all of your self-confidence is going to go out the window. If you have emotional stability, that's when you're truly confident. When you can look at the person you're dating and say, if I lost you, I would still be me. I would be okay eventually. That is not going to take away my self-confidence and me knowing who I am. That's a truly confident person. If you can say, my career could crumble tomorrow and I'll still know my worth, I'll still know my value, that's a truly confident person. When you do have this intrinsic type of confidence, it takes the pressure off of those things. If you base your confidence in your job, you're going to go to work every single day afraid to lose that job because that is everything to you. You're going to probably ignore red flags and take toxicity from the person you're with if all of your self-worth and confidence comes from that relationship and being in a relationship and getting that ring and getting married, being able to post that you're engaged or pregnant or whatever. If you are truly confident in yourself, there's less pressure to stay in that relationship, to stay at that job, to buy that house. All of those things you can strive for, but they're just a bonus to being truly confident and happy with yourself. So when I watch that video back where I talk about my friendship with ending, there's really not that much sadness about the relationship ending. And before I decided to break up with her, I was talking to my other really close friend. And I was like, honestly, I feel like if she left my life, I'm at a place where I'm happy with who I am, that it wouldn't shake me. And I really don't feel shaken. It's weird to think about because had this happened like a year ago, I would probably be a mess. And that's okay. If you're a mess when something happens, it's okay. You can't just flip a switch and now you're confident in who you are and you don't care if you lose your job, your house, your status, your reputation, and you'll be okay. It's normal. And it takes like a lot of years of therapy and different types of therapy, in my experience, to actually get to a place where you are truly confident. And I'm not all the way there. If you know who you are, if you have emotional stability, if you know that you're a good friend, sister, wife, cousin, aunt, grandma.
Sorry, my phone cut out, but you guys know what I was saying. So my goal for today was to spruce up this bathroom. They're currently putting the faucets in, or they were. It looks totally different now, guys. Oh my God, I can't wait to show you. We've put so much work into this house. What's the matter? I think I'm gonna tackle this room. It got messy again because I just went on a trip and I was packing and I was in a rush. We make a mess, we clean. We make a mess, we clean. Where's Lady? Okay.
Little playthings with yarn.
Kind of stepped on my point there, Mom.
That's Joe incidents with a C. I've been with my share of women.
Did you know a lot of people with depression struggle with like taking care of themselves hygienically? This is something I don't think I've ever touched on. It's gotten a lot better for me since I've been in therapy. In the past though, I would go like sometimes 2 weeks without taking a shower. I would go months without doing my toes, just like cutting them so they're not like overgrown and dead skin. Even something as simple as shaving my legs when I did have hair growing on my legs. I just felt like it was such a huge task and I would not get to it. You guys know that I'm on a health journey to eat better and exercise. I'm so proud of myself that I'm actually accomplishing those things. And now it motivates me to keep going in that direction, keep taking care of myself physically and mentally. So I went out and got myself a pedicure and I just feel so much cleaner. I love it. While I was out, I stopped at Home Goods. I have 2 mirror options. Those mirrors are going to cover the lights, the old ones that are on the wall. The lights on the side are actually battery operated and I installed those too. So you're only going to see the gold ones on the side. I got this from Home Goods and the soap and the little marble. This is the faucet. At this time we had to still paint the ceilings, but this whole bathroom is finished. I cannot wait to show you. I also took the dogs to the dog park. Are you ready? Okay. It's so important, I've realized, to get outside, especially because I work from home. I know it can be hard sometimes, but it always feels good when you do it. Good girl. Get some water, Lady. Look, Lady. Look. Look. Get some water. And I love these girls more than I can say, and it feels really good to know that
they're getting exercise, they're outside, they're socializing, they're running without a leash. I love knowing that I can take them here and they can have fun. I actually have another friend who works from home, so sometimes we like go together to the dog park, which is really nice. We are social creatures. We want to be around other people, so it's good for that too. So I'm making some lunch right now. It's a late lunch because it's 3 o'clock, but I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I think is really helpful that I've learned in therapy and DBT, and that's to not multitask. And I know you might be thinking like, girl, it's 2022. We all have families, boyfriends, jobs, friends, parents. How are we going to get everything we want to get done in a day if we're not multitasking? If you're an anxious person, chances are your mind is always going. You could be doing nothing and your mind is in a million different places. Now, picture going from doing nothing to doing one activity. You're going to have more thoughts than you did when you were doing nothing. Now imagine doubling what you're doing when you're taking on 2 different things at once, especially if they're 2 things that both make you anxious. You're going to be an anxious mess. We do this thing in DBT where we're supposed to pick an activity every single day that's simple and doesn't require a lot of thought, and the goal is to not have any intrusive thoughts or outside thoughts or thoughts at all. And the only thing you're supposed to do is focus on your senses. So for example, my activity sometimes is brushing my teeth. So I'm thinking about, what does the toothpaste taste like? What do I feel? Maybe my feet are on a nice mat. What am I feeling? I'm holding the toothbrush. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the bristles on my tongue. I'm feeling the temperature of the water. What am I seeing? I might be looking at myself in the mirror, looking at myself brushing my teeth. What am I hearing? And what am I smelling? I might be smelling the flavor of the toothbrush, what we made for dinner if it's nighttime and I just cooked and the aroma of food is still in the air. So the goal is to not think of a million different things while brushing your teeth. It's really to focus your mind. And I always thought that the purpose of that was to calm yourself down when you start to anxiously think of a million different things. But the actual purpose is so that when you're in a situation that you're happy in, like you're out with your friends, you're with your boyfriend on date night, you're at a family barbecue, you practice that skill when you're doing something mundane, like doing the dishes or brushing your teeth, to focus your mind so that when you're in situations where you're having fun, you can be present. But it also works when you are getting really anxious and when you're doing an activity and your mind is thinking of a million things. You're like, okay, I'm going to try to focus on what I hear right now and not what I'm going to make for dinner, how my boyfriend's going to react when I tell him what I want to tell him later, what my friend's going to say if I text her this, what my boss is going to say. It's really hard. Doing this is really hard. I tried it one time when I was in the shower. It's so easy to do this in the shower, theoretically, because you're smelling all the different soaps and all the products you have. You're feeling your fingers in your hair. You're like seeing all the bright colors of all the different things you have in your shower. I could not focus my mind for the life of me when I first tried doing this. I was thinking about a fake conversation with my therapist, like, oh, I'm going to tell her about this, and I'm trying to figure out what she's going to say back to me. I'm thinking about my best friend and her problems at the time. I'm thinking about Steven and what we're talking about in therapy tonight, and then I'm thinking about this video and I have to get back to this brain. Just a million things. It's so hard to like focus your mind when you're an anxious person. So I really like that we're encouraged to not multitask, because it's really important every single day to enjoy the little things. And you can't enjoy the little things if you're constantly trying to do 2 or 3 or 4 things at once. My therapist will say, like, your significant other might call you during the day and you might be doing emails at that time or at work during that time. And she's like, just listen to the voice of the person that you love. Be present in that moment. Like, you're talking to them for a brief second throughout the day. Just enjoy that second. And it's so hard to do that, but like, it really increases your happiness. I just was on my way to my chiropractic appointment and I was like, I have to call BMW back. I have to call the court back. I have to call to see if the people are going to come power wash the house. And then I was like, you know what? I'm listening to music right now. I'm enjoying the music. This neighborhood I am obsessed with. I love where I live. All the flowers are out. The houses are so cute and quaint. Like, let's just look out the window and listen to music and be happy. I was thinking I'm going to arrive 15 minutes early to my appointment because my toes got done in a good amount of time. So you can sit in the parking lot and call those people.
because you're going to have time. And that's what I did. And instead of like trying to dial my phone while I was driving, and then that's not being safe, and you're worried, what am I doing? It just do one thing at a time. That's my biggest tip. And if you really want to try and learn how to be more present in the moment and also control your thoughts and bring them to a point and quiet them when you are really, really anxious and your thoughts are just running wild, try to do that activity where you focus on your senses for at least 3 to 5 minutes every single day. It really helps. And yeah, so I was gonna like try to get some emails done and do my lunch, but I'm gonna have my lunch and watch a show and just eat my lunch and relax for a second. It's 3 o'clock and all I've had today is a cookie because I've had so much stuff to do. And my car was inspected this morning. She came here. I had to wake up at like 7:45 and walk the dogs, and they were dragging me all over the place. They never listened. Then she came, and I was so anxious about her looking at my car because I have a few things that aren't great. So now they billed me $400 for that. Like, there's so many things, so many stressful things that we all go through every single day. And I try to every single day get out of the house, and I drive somewhere and I eat my food in my car just to be able to get out of the house and like see what's around me, see other human beings. And I put a show on in the car and I'll eat my lunch super slow or dinner. And because Steven gets home so late, sometimes he already ate, he's not even hungry. And I'm like, why did I just wait until 7 o'clock to eat dinner when like he already ate at work or he had a big lunch, he's not hungry. So I really enjoy that time. Like, try to focus on the little things, like that first sip of coffee in the morning, or if you have a favorite song or playlist, like just really immerse yourself into that and just really enjoy it. I found that really helps me when I'm having a day like this where there's so many adult things that I have to take care of, which honestly has not stopped since I moved into this house. It's crazy, but I'm trying my best and I'm really working hard at my relationship, at making this house a home, and my career, and taking care of the dogs. And there's just so many different things. I mean, I'm not the only one. Like, I know you guys have a million things going on too. So it's really important to like take those moments during the day and be like, this is a good day. If you multitask, you don't get that moment of peace sometimes. If you're that busy, it will never come. Okay, I ate my shrimp risotto lunch, and I am a firm believer that you can't be calm and at peace mentally if your space is kind of cluttered and messy and chaotic. When I have crap all over the place, it just makes me feel more anxious and all over the place. I'm gonna just tidy up. I'm not gonna like deep clean everything where I'm like dusting and doing all that, just picking up my stuff. And I have one room to do upstairs too. I went to the car wash yesterday to clean my car out because that's what they said had to be done before they inspect your car. And I like shoved everything in my car that I didn't want in there while the people from the car wash were cleaning it into my purse. So it was filled up to here. I just went through everything. This is in case you have to pee in the car, so you don't have another situation like what happened to me where I peed my pants in the car. Go watch that video if you want, but I'm gonna empty this out too because having a purse with like a million receipts and garbage makes me not feel good either.
Honestly, if you have really bad depression, I really strongly urge you to try to find a hobby, and I feel like this is so overlooked. I recently started reading, and I also really enjoy like decorating the house, and I honestly think that like having the hobby of learning songs on the piano and decor, interior design, reading, all of those things I genuinely think have drastically helped me not be depressed. Before I had those hobbies, I was literally just living to work. Everything I did was to grow and be more successful. It wasn't to just enjoy life. And now I enjoy things and look forward to things that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about my job too, but it is a job at the end of the day. So hobbies, so underrated.
This stuff is just gonna live here until we're done painting, so didn't have to clean anything else except the clothes that were all over the place. This is the closet. This is my temporary closet. That's just clean clothes there, but yeah. I'm ready to start writing my invitations because
The markers just arrived from Amazon. I feel very good right now. I journaled, I acknowledged my feelings, I didn't push them down. I was feeling overwhelmed. If I hadn't been in therapy this whole time and didn't know how to deal with the overwhelmed, anxious, upset feelings, I would be very angry right now. I wouldn't have processed the emotions, I would have let them fester, I would have ignored them, tried to push them down, which makes things a lot worse. There's primary and secondary emotions, so trying to figure out like where your emotions come from. I can give that to you in a different video, but I'm gonna do my invitations now. Ew. Don't you love this setup? I never buy real flowers, but something just came over me the other day, and those are our hands. Cute.
Don't forget to check out Copilot and get 14 days free with your own expert fitness and health coach.
I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.